When I was 17, I had to work when I was going to school. And I'd get up at 5:15 in the morning, I'd go to school, go to my first job, then I'd go to school, then I'd go to my second job, come home, and get home, and I'd have to study. When I tried to study, my eyes just wouldn't stay open. But I heard that truck drivers were using speed, Dexedrine in those days, to stay awake. So on the way home, I popped into a pharmacy at the age of 17, got myself some Dexedrine. You could buy it over the counter in those days, which kind of shows you how old I am. And on the way home, I popped in, and I got home to have some supper, and my eyes started to open up, and I studied. You know, the drug works. And I crashed about 11:30 at night, and set my clock for the 5:15, put my drug paraphernalia next to the bed, which consisted of a plate with a wet washcloth on it, a glass of water, and another speed. And 5:15 in the morning, the alarm clock went off, and I reached over and grabbed the wet washcloth to wake me up, popped the pill, wandered into the bathroom to shave, shower, shine, and shampoo.
There you go.
And it worked. It worked beautifully. I was able to study, I was able to work, until one day in a math class. University of Buffalo. Anybody from Buffalo here? Oh, shucks. I was in an amphitheater, the professor was down here and I was someplace up here, and they had some faulty construction. And what happened was the floor came up and hit me. And I woke up in the hospital and I said, who else was hurt? And they said, Max, what do you mean? I said, that floor came up and hit us. No, Max, you had a seizure, you had a convulsion, and you hit the floor. Now, I was an Eagle Boy Scout, and how many of you are ever in scouting? May I see your hands? Oh, great. Let me impress upon you, I had 67 merit badges. Now, those of you ignorant people that don't know, you only need 21 for each. And I was a good athlete, although I don't look it now. And I was not a bad student, and they didn't ask me if I had used drugs. Nice boys like me don't use drugs. They didn't ask. I didn't tell. And indeed, they decided after my brainwave came out a straight line. No, I'm joking about that. It came out normal. He probably had an emotional upset. Well, trying to get to med school is enough to cause it. So there I was. Consequences. Now, what we see is that if you have consequences and go back up to using, because you have the compulsion to use, and impaired control, this is in the brain. This is different from person to person. Everybody that drinks doesn't become alcoholic. Is that because they are morally better? No. Is it because they're educationally better? No. In my career, I have taken care of priests, ministers by the dozen, few rabbis, lots of nuns. They were not immoral. Well, some of them may have been. So it's not morality, and they weren't stupid. I've taken care of hundreds of doctors. They're not stupid. They're sick. What they have is a brain disorder, and we know that there is a congenital, that's a wrong word, a genetic predisposition. If you have a father who's alcoholic and you're a man, you have a 4 to 7 times greater chance of becoming addicted yourself. If you're a girl, you have 3 times greater chance of becoming addicted and 4 times greater chance of developing major depression. So, what we have is a chronic disease.